Since it's on my mind, I wanted to make a quick video about it. I'm 40. When I was 18, I went to the Marines about 2 weeks after 9/11 happened. And when I was in boot camp, I um, I witnessed something happen. I was right next to the dude when it happened. And so what happened was we were getting quarter decked, me and like four other guys. I don't even remember what we did, but that's not a big deal. That's just normal. It's just an everyday thing, I guess. And my drill instructor, the one guy, he made us hold our guns over our heads while we're doing squats. And the one guy next to me his arms were just so tired he couldn't hold the gun over his head anymore while we were doing squats. So the gun ended up going behind his head. So the drill instructor grabs him and throws him onto the ground, and then he couldn't get his hands onto the ground to catch his fall. So he ends up hitting his face on the concrete, nose first, thinking to get into breaking his nose. And kid gets up and he's done. He's like, I'm done with this. I don't even want to do this no more. It's over. I'm done. So an investigation gets called, and I didn't know. Nobody told me not to say nothing. But apparently the other guys that it happened with, the other three guys, except for the guy that it happened to, he said something. But the other two guys, I guess they decided not to say anything, but they didn't tell me that they weren't going to say anything, because I wouldn't have said anything either, I guess. But the investigation people, as a gunnery sergeant investigating it, promised me he wasn't going to tell anybody if I said anything, and I believed him. So I just told him the truth of what happened. No big deal, I guess. I didn't think anything of it, really. I was just trying to tell the truth, I guess. And so anyway, word got out. He told my drill instructors and everything. And this happened like within the first month of boot camp. Within the first 2 weeks of boot camp. And boot camp in the Marines is 3 months. So for the next 2.5 months, man, them drill instructors tortured me. And I was a physical stud back then. It was hard for them to, I guess, break me, but they really couldn't really break me either. Like, they didn't break me until the very end of boot camp, when you're supposed to already have been broken down and then rebuilt back up. It took them the entire 3 months to the very end to break me. And here it is. I'm 40 years old. I still have nightmares that I'm in boot camp. They torture me like with the food. They torture me. Sleep deprivation. They used to wake me up in the middle of the night for the 3 month period. Wake me up to quarter deck me, to torture me, and then they stuck me with duty at night too. So out of all the dudes, I didn't get no sleep, not enough food. So after 3 months of that, and plus they would torture me during the day while there'll be certain periods during the day when everybody's in class learning something. After all the physical exertion, they would pull me out of class to torture me more every day, every night for 3 months. And I think that really jacked me up. Like, to this day, I'm still like a little messed up in the head from it. So whenever I hear about other guys that went to boot camp, I feel like I went through like 3 or 4 boot camps at once. Like, they would have to go through boot camp like 3 or 4 times to understand the suffering that I went through. Oh, man. So, yeah, I was just thinking about that. I'm 40 years old, and all the way up to like 38, 39, I was still having nightmares about being in boot camp, or like I'm on my way to boot camp again. Anyway.